All right, welcome there, folks. This is Sula here. We're going to be continuing with our Master of Orion game. In the last session, we kind of played out through the early game, did the first 100 turns. Everything went really, really well. Good opening so far. I actually have surprisingly good diplomatic relations with the rest of the field, given that we're the Klackons, who usually have pretty bad diplomacy. I am content to let the peace ride for a while here. I'd rather just build up and get stronger. We also have the potential to get at least one more planet. Biggest concern is this Meklar. Looks like they might be pretty strong long term. By the way, that's Orion. Especially because they're almost certainly going to get these Inferno planets sooner or later that we don't have the hostility rating to colonize so far. But for the most part, we're building up. We're in good shape. In terms of what we're researching right now, let's just go through. This is also to help refresh my memory. Oh, another reason why I'm looking for us not to go on the offensive. So in terms of early game defenses, there's usually two techs you want for early game defense. You want Planetary Shield 5, which is huge for protecting your worlds, and you'd really like Scatter Pack 5 or Scatter Pack V. The combination of those two, your planets are usually pretty safe. We don't have either one of them in our tech tree. So the fact that we have neither of those techs means I am not really looking to pick fights. Like if I only have class 2 deflectors and that's all we have right now, I can't keep my planet safe. I can't. So I am content. Like I would be very happy to push further down the tech tree to the point where there's class 10 planetary shield, and like don't try to pick a fight until we have that. Overall in the game, the late game tends to favor the player. The AI doesn't handle the extra speed and the late game toys as well as the player can. So I feel like peace is usually on the player's side. But we're in good shape. We're researching II6. Apparently we just got reduced waste 60%. We have a terraforming tech coming in, which will be very nice. And we have the useless range 7 coming in. And we don't really have a weapon to go fight. We couldn't really fight people anyway. We don't really have a weapon. We have mercs, which are good for defense, and they let you build missile boats. You can build missile boats with them, which we are building some of because we have to clear the pirates in this system. But I will probably stop at about 50 of them. And otherwise, we're content to just kind of like do research here, chill. We're not really... Oh, we also missed Improve Robotics 3. We don't have that. I don't think anyone else has it either. And we're building up some missile bases here at Buddhist. We'll need a few at Rohan as well, but this is a poor planet. This will also give us time to stand up the poor planet as well. Like, this is a good world. It's just it's a poor planet. Since we're the Klackons, we can build the factories pretty fast. We only need about 10 more turns to max out the factory. So, like, we will max this out, and as I said, it'll be able to defend itself. Anthill is in the nebula, which is unfortunate. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good overview. Races, we're on pretty good terms with everybody. We've been able to trade for some key techs. Actually got a lot of trades. And we've been able to vote for the Bears in the last couple council votes, so they kind of like us. I mean, we're actually pretty close to leading in total power, and we're very competitive on technology. Like, this is not what the bar graphs are supposed to look like on Impossible when you've played a completely peaceful early game. So yeah, we're just content to chill and hope for the best. Hopefully this is not something... All right, we eliminated the pirate activity. Excellent. So now we can stop building these. That'll stop hurting our trade. By the way, we're about to start having some pretty good trade income too, because we have a lot of trade income that's going to mature. Even though we only have a handful of ships, they actually are costing us a decent amount. So let's stop building the more missile bases. We'll go back over to research. We're building them at Earth, and we're building them at the nest. And I'll relocate them next turn. I'll just wait until they're all on the planet at the same time, and then we'll relocate them somewhere. I will probably, I think I want to put them over here in the Rohan area because that's the most vulnerable area. Now, that would not be enough to shoot off a major invasion. If the Meklar were to send like a main fleet, I would not be able to keep them off my territory, but well, they have Stinger missiles now. That's pretty nice. They do not have any planetary shields though. Worth reminding everybody, the reason for a good position is everyone except us and the Meklar started on top of each other. Yeah. In terms of planet homeworlds, here's the Meklar homeworld. Here's our homeworld. If you want to see all the other homeworlds, we can show them right now. So here's the kitty homeworld, Fieras. Sol is the humans. Ursa is the bears, and then Sisla is one of these two. So Ursa, Sol, Sisla, literally all right next to each other. That can happen to the AI. There's nothing that prevents that from happening in terms of the map generation. Yeah, 1200 BC is pretty good at this point in the game. Oh, what's this? Hello. There's something incoming here. It's a colony. They're trying to colonize. Well, here's one other thing we could do. This is humans. Controlled toxic. So they can actually colonize this planet here. I do not want them to have that. And because I have a non-aggression pact, I can't. I think I need to dissolve the non-aggression pact so I can shoot down their ships. Because I don't want them to get. I don't want them having a planet deep in my territory. They must have an alliance with the Meklar to be able to reach that far. I don't think they have enough range tech otherwise. Yeah, they have an alliance with the Meklar. So we're going to have to cancel the non-aggression pact. Which I don't want to do because I prefer to stay on peaceful terms, but I don't want them to get that world. I really don't want them to have a world that deep in my back lines. That feels like a bad thing. Anyway, so, yep. Buddhists, I wanted to get this up to 10 bases, and then we can reevaluate from there. And then Rohan is, it maxes out at 240 factories, so making good progress. Somehow these Inferno planets have not been grabbed yet. Somehow they have not been taken. Although if the humans get a planet down here, I actually wouldn't mind that because that would probably annoy. Oh, apparently the humans colonized this Inferno planet here. So I will move my scouts. The AI doesn't like it the AI does not like it if you have scouts over their planets. So I'll move them down here. This is not in range, right? Yeah, this is not in range. I wouldn't mind if the humans colonized down here because then I'd rather let me put it this way. I'd rather the humans have this than the Meklars have that. Canceling the non-aggression makes the AI hate you. Is that right? I didn't remember if that's the case, but let's go ahead and give it a try. Because I don't want them having a planet right in the middle of my territory. Anyway, do we get a report on the bears? We haven't gotten an updated spying report on the bears. Anyway, we're at amiable, so even if it loses some relations, it won't be the end of the world. Where's the op to... They didn't declare war on us, did they? No, they didn't declare war on us. They didn't like it though, because they're honorable personality. They really don't like that. But it is what it is. We can't let them have that planet in our back lines. Does this have missiles on it by any chance? No, it has lasers. Okay. All right. Where in the world is this going? We'll just keep that scout there for the time being. As I said, this is 100% going to this planet, but we'll chase them off here with the Merc boats. Meanwhile, Rohan is just slowly building its factories. The threaten cheese, sometimes you can threaten to attack if they have, if there's an attack coming, sometimes you can make a threat and they'll back off. This was not me making a threat. This was me just saying I don't want to maintain a non-aggression pact. All right, I'm still trying to get an updated spying report on the bears, and then I'll shift to someone else. But yeah, I mean, our tech bubbles are filling up. Look, we're about to hit in like 4 of the 6 fields. A Sakura Inferno colony got nuked somewhere. Yeah, I guess so. We're still not. We might get in contact with the Sakura when No, they're 8 parsecs away, so they're still out of range. Okay. I'm just trying to maintain a scout over this planet. Keeps getting chased away. By the way, once this computer tech finishes, we'll have the we'll be able to see if anyone's trying to attack us. The upgraded scanner is pretty nice. All right, I guess I'll just move her here for right now. You know what? I'll move you here, and then once you get there, I'll move the other scout over and see if you've left by that point in time. All right, so we'll be shooting this down in a turn or two. How many bases does Buddhist have? 7 bases. Like I said, I'll add a couple more. Yeah. I think 4 more turns for Rohan to max out on its factories, and then we'll build at least 1 missile base. All right, we got our spy in here with the bears. They added fusion rifles since last time. Who is our least recent report on? The human. Oh, see, this is what you don't want to see. This is why the humans are always dangerous. Look, they've signed alliances with everybody already. Let me just see if I can trade anything to the bears. I'm going to screenshot their text because you can't see what text they have when you're on the actual trading screen. All right. None of this stuff would really help me. This is just all... It would help with miniaturization, but that's it. No. I think we're done here. Bears with fusion rifles. Yeah, pretty scary. You're not going to be invading them anytime soon. And, yeah, the thing we would probably trade to the kitties is we'd like to get that ion rifle from them. We'll see if we can trade for that somewhere down the line. All right, range 7. Can we get better engines? Oh my god. Just the warp dissipator. At least we traded for warp 2 engines. This is a very barren propulsion tree. I'll put it on the screen so we can show what a horrible propulsion tree. Now, we're the Klackons, and we're rated poor in propulsion, but just because we're rated poor does not cause text to be there any less often. Syrian used to have that on his website, but it's actually not true. Whether you're excellent or poor in a field does not affect how many techs show up. It's literally just 50-50 odds for every tech to be there. Unless you're the Cylons. The Cylons have 75% odds for every tech to be there. That's one of their racial abilities. Okay, so we had a choice of either one at the first tier. We took range 4. At this tier, the only option was range 6, so we researched that, although I would have researched it anyway. And then here at this tier, we only had range 7, no other choices. We missed the Pulsar, we missed Warp 4, which is what I wanted. We missed range 8, although I didn't want that. And I guess we're getting the Warp Dissipator. It is a good special, don't get me wrong, but Warp 4 engines would be way, 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 way better. Until we get better engines, we can't really invade anybody, because trying to invade someone with Warp 1 transports is just absolutely awful. You really don't want to do that. So we have no choice, Warp Dissipator. Tech tree is just following the variant, yeah. It's just following the variant. Absolutely. I suppose we don't have a... Yeah, we don't have, oh, wait, and look at that. Just like that, now two of their 3 alliances got canceled. I don't like that aspect of Master Orion. It's one of the unfortunate things. It's one of the places where the game does not hold up as well as you might hope, because it's pretty random as far as what alliances get signed, and that's not ideal. Anyway, we have more tech breakthroughs coming through shortly. I mean, there's just not much to do except just hang out here, keep researching, be aware of when the next council vote's coming up. Again, I really wish I knew if I was going to be up against the Bulrathi of the humans. It's hard to say. Like, because they're so close in terms of population, it's hard to know. Anyway, here we're going to chase away this human colony ship, which will definitely retreat. But that's all that we needed. All right, Rohan has maxed out its factories. That's awesome. Now that we could just let this world go normally, but I'll go ahead and... We could let it just grow the pop normally, but I'll let it go. All right, Buddhist has hit 10 bases. I'll stop for the moment. Rohan, I'll build a base or 2, and then you can contribute to the research as well. As we said, we're just kind of chilling here. Did we manage to get a spy into the humans yet? Nope. It'll happen sooner or later. But we chased them off. All right. Class 4 deflectors. We're probably just going to have Class 5 deflectors available as an option. Nope, repulsor beam. Okay, interesting. We're getting a lot of specials, which, given that we're going to have slow lumbering ships, the specials are actually not bad. Like, repulsor plus warp dissipator is pretty interesting. Repulsor beam's more of an early game tech, but it can be very useful. So let me show, let's see, where are we? We're at the force field tech. I would have probably preferred the Class 5 shield, but this is because we have Class 4, it's not that big of a deal. The one advantage of this is it's cheaper. Like, this is not that as expensive. So we can take Repulsor, and then hopefully the Class 10 planetary shield at the next tier. I really, really hope it's there. If not, we're going to need to try to find a planetary shield. You can't be going deep, deep, deep into the game with no planetary shield. But Repulsor, it's cheap, so that's the advantage of that. And, you know, if we have an extra slot, we'll slap it on a ship. We have the problem is there's probably going to be better specials to use. Like we have auto repair, which we'll definitely want. We got warp dissipator, which I do like a lot, and then we probably want battle scanner as well. Yeah, repulsors can be used to prevent. It's really good against slow ships. You can just prevent the AI from ever reaching your worlds. So yeah. We probably don't want to give the AI repulsor beam, given that we can only move one tile per turn in combat. We probably don't want the AI to have that. We probably don't want to give that out to the AI. I really wish I could get him. All right, we gotta spy with the humans. Okay, they have class 5 planetary. I would trade almost anything for that with them. I wouldn't trade anything, but I would trade almost anything. We'd also really like to try to get controlled toxic if we can. I'm hoping that controlled radiated's there at the next tier. Let's see if we can trade them something. I mean, we're still at relaxed relations with them. Let's get a spy update with Kitty next. But let's see if we can trade them anything. Oh, right, we can't. Their diplomat's still gone. Well, they'll be back sooner or later. I'll keep checking in. We'll get an update on them. Again, we had to force them off that spot. We just had to. All right, this is a nice one. We really like this lets us see where the enemy ships are going now. Hopefully, Improve Robotics 4 is here. I really could use that tech. Yeah, there we go. We will need to get a battle computer at some point, but this is the biggie. Because we missed the Robotics 3. Robotics 4 is enormous for us. We'll be able to double our factory count on every planet. Just massive. We're going to emphasize that heavily. Oops, I did not mean to click next turn there, but it's fine. All right, so now we can use what is it? Which one is it that is it F8? I think you check to see. Yeah, F8 is the one that you check to see if something's attacking you. Anyway, let's move these merc boats. I'm gonna move. I'll leave like 10 of these here, but I'll move the rest down to Buddhist, so they're in the area where they can actually do something. We definitely have to keep an eye on that. We don't want anyone going in there and poaching that from us. All right. Now what I wanted to do is I was trying to check to see if I can talk to these guys again. So I want to see if I can trade them something. And I might be able to trade the bears something because I did get some new tech. I would love to get the ion rifle from them. Let's just see if there's anything I could send. Because I don't care if I give them a better scanner. Like that's not a big deal to me. If I give them like the better scanner if they want that. It would help their computer tech, but that's okay. All right. These are all outdated things. I'm not giving you... No. Nope, okay, they're not willing to give me anything I want, so... It's worth a shot. They weren't willing to give me any of their better techs. So yeah, their diplomat's gone as well, but that's fine. Our trade income is starting to kick in, which is nice. Again, we're pretty much just doing research here. Just chilling, turn after turn. Oh, yes, I wanted to tick. I'm going to add a tick from every field to computers to emphasize this. The planetology is about to pop. That's going to be a nice one, too, because that's going to give us 20 more pop on every world. Oh, and weapons. We can dial down weapons a bit. We had the weapons emphasized because we wanted the Merculites, but we can dial that down a little bit at this point. So, just kind of chilling at the moment. Hopefully we can get a better shield tech at some point. And yeah, Rohan is, I'm content to swap that over. It's got a couple bases. We're a little light on bases, but like because we're on good terms with everybody, I don't really see the need to like go heavy on the bases here. All right, let's go get get terraforming and robotics and improve our economy, as long as we're not being threatened. All right, there it is. So it'll take 80 BC to terraform each planet, and then we can add 40 more factories. All right. Oh, and controlled radiated's there. Let's go. Excellent. That's what we wanted. Good stuff. All right. So I will actually shift a couple ticks back to planetology because I do want that. As soon as we get that, then we can colonize this. Well, we can colonize the toxic rich, but I mean, frankly, we could colonize these planets too if we can get yeah, we could colonize them when we have that. Also, is this now in range? Just out of curiosity. We got extra scouts here. We'll send one back here just to see what's going on over there. We did increase our range. Is this now in range? Nope, still out of range. Still out of range. Almost in range. 10 parsecs would be in range, but no, these are not in range. How about up here? Well, these are soccer planets. We already know these are soccer planets, but you never know. We might as well go send something up here. We know one of them is a soccer planet, but it's possible that one of these is not colonized. I mean, that is in range. 20 turns. Go get it. You go get him, little scout. Most likely these planets are all colonized, but we can at least figure out which one is Sisla. All right, terraforming time. Just make sure we're not getting attacked. We are not. All right, we need 80 BC. That'll do. I have few enough planets that I will do the terraforming manually. Of course, I almost always do the terraforming manually, even when I have way more planets than this. This will really help a planet like Laima. You know, from 45 to 65 is a pretty big increase in terms of its size. All right, this will get you up. And of course, obviously we want to terraform our rich planet. It's probably worthwhile to do more bases here, honestly. I know I've enormously emphasized the bases, but I do not want to lose that planet. We're probably going to go up to 50 bases soon. Just for say, I know it's expensive to do, but we want to make sure we don't lose that planet. And you are never safe when you're in a nebula because planetary shields don't work there. I will have Earth stay on research for right now. Earth, let's have you terraform, but otherwise not build factories. Somebody needs to stay on research, and you're a nice, safe backline planet. So this will terraform you, and then you can put the rest on research. These little barren planets are pretty good. Fortunately, they've never come under attack so far. This should be enough to hit the 80 PC that we need. All right, and Rohan, yeah, this is a big planet, poor planet, but they contribute fully on the research front. And if we ever need to toss population at other planets, this is a good planet to grow it from. But hopefully we can stay peaceful for the time being. Like I said, I think time is on our side in this game. All right, we're not getting attacked anywhere. That's good. All right. Now, we'll probably overbuild factories on some of these planets, but that's fine. We'll just go in the reserve, which is not the worst thing. Because, like, we need to build, what is it? We max out at, well, this planet, we only need 260 factories, so we don't need quite as many. All right, I will dial down the factory spending a little bit here. And that will probably max out both factories, and pop. Now, you're a small enough planet that I think it's going to take you a little while to build the factories. If we ever have to kill the Mechlar, yep. I mean, we're probably at some point. You are probably almost done, Matt. Yeah, you only need 6 more factories, so I think you only need... That should probably be enough. And then you can work on growing your pop. I think you're going to need another turn to max your factories, though, because you're not that big of a planet. You will definitely need a couple turns of factory building. Earth, you stay on research for the moment. And these other planets were just... it's so nice when you're playing the silicoids and just you don't have to worry about waste cleanup. Of course, you have to worry about everything else with them. All right, yep, we have a small amount trickling along. Of course, it would be nice to have II-6 when we're building these factories, but we're still going to terraform first. Oh. Klackons are still here. Oh, well, they have missiles. We might be able to get them to retreat if they just have missiles. All right, or they could blow up all of them. Anyway, we're going to get messages about people finishing their factories. All right, well, that means the soccer are now set up shop down here. Interesting. Again, I'd rather have the very weak soccer claiming these planets than the potentially terrifying Mechlar, so that could be a lot worse. So I'm actually okay with that. We're still not getting attacked anywhere. All right, let's start at the nest. You have maxed out your factories, right? Yep, your factories are all maxed out. So let's grow the last pop point you need here. And you go to research. Oh, I should have done how many more factories do you need? You max out at 130, so you probably need another full turn of factory building here. So this looks fine. I am confident that you have maxed your factories. Indeed. I'm very confident you maxed your factories. All right, you only need 3 factories, so I think you can do that with just a couple clicks. All right, you're going to probably need another, yeah, you need another turn of factory building, so we'll leave you alone. Earth, you need to build your factories because you have not done that yet. Let's see. You need 10 more factories. This will probably finish your factories. I'm assuming it's like the same thing here. Yeah, 10 more. This should probably be enough. And, oh, did you do your... Okay, you remaxed your factories. Jeez. See, even the poor planet, once you add some factories, can remax pretty quickly. Yeah, we have 280 factories here. Like, because we were not in a war, like, we weren't under pressure, I think it's 100% worthwhile to build the factories here. And look, our production actually we actually have production equal to our theoretical production. That's because our ship costs and base costs are being offset by trade income. The trade income like cancels out the cost here. That's really nice. And we've got some reserve to work with. Good stuff. Oh, I should have adjusted my spying spending. I'm sure I have a spy on. There we go. Any more factories we need to build are cheaper now. Okay. So we just got II6. Now the Zortrium, I believe Zortrium does not advance the tree. This is a little bit unfortunate. I didn't really want reduced waste 40%. Let me just check the construction field. Once we get this deep into the tree, I don't have memorized what's on each level. Yeah, this is slightly unfortunate. It's not quite, we could have gotten a better option, but it's not terrible. So we just got II6. What I really would have wanted here was Armored Exoskeleton, because we just got II6, so we don't need II5. We already have Reduced Waste 60%, so we don't really need Reduced Waste 40%. Armored Exoskeleton would have been perfect, because we skipped out on battle suits. They weren't even in our tree. But the only choice to move forward is Reduced Industrial Waste 40%. I'm not going to waste my time on Zortrium. Let's get this, and then maybe we can get Andrium at the next tier. I'd rather just research this and try to get a better armor than backtrack. So we don't really have a choice here as far as what we're researching. Oh, we did have battle suits, but I mean, if we need it, we could always go back and research this. It's very cheap, but I usually prefer to keep the tree moving forward. Waste cleanup tech is like never bad. Oh, we're actually not last in tech. That might sound bad, but like here on Impossible, it's actually not that bad. All right, so Liz dropped Charlie off after his dentist appointment. She's gonna pick up William. It's kind of a crazy day here with the kids running back and forth, and we had someone come look at this was earlier on stream, but we had someone come and look at our dryer, which is like conked out earlier this week. It's been a wacky day. All right, so a lot of planets finished their factory, so this is probably not gonna, this stream is probably not gonna run it like for a full duration. All right, before I forget, races, I'm sure we've got an updated report. Yeah, we got an updated report on these guys. We would like that ion rifle. Let me see if I can trade for anything with them. Just while I have a minute here. Okay. All right. Let's talk to them and see what we can do. See if we can get anything. All right. Well, Controlled Dead's not good. The BC3 I would actually like as well, because I am skipping out on battle computers. Let's see about Ion Rifle first, though. We're going to need this eventually. What do they have? So they want Reduced Waste. That's a massive increase. They have very little in the way of construction tech. They have no waste cleanup. Well, they have improved eco. That'd be a very, very big upgrade for them to get that. But I don't have any ground technology, so I think, and I don't really care, like the cats are pretty weak, I don't really care about them, so I will go ahead and do this trade. Even though that helps them a lot in terms of improving their construction level, but as I said, I don't have anything in terms of ground stuff. Yeah, see, all this stuff is not nearly as good. No. I don't need an outdated tech that badly. Okay. I mean, at some point we will... Alright, and the humans also... We also now have... Let's get we need an updated report on the Meklar, so I'll swap that over there. Let's see if we can get something good from the humans. And just... we don't need their planetology tech because we're researching controlled radiated. Planetary shield is our top target. We'd very much like that. Like planetary shield, yeah. They're not offering it. Don't really need anything here. We have better in every area. Yeah, we don't really need... Okay. I didn't need any of their stuff, so it wasn't worthwhile. I'm not going to give them something good if I don't really need what they have. Alright. So, not being attacked anywhere. Let's just cycle through planets again. Did you finish your factories, Lima? You did. Let's get your pop grown. Yeah, you just go all eco to grow that pop this turn. Alright. I'm going to put you back on bases. If you're wondering why I don't build any bases, we have to upgrade the ones that are there. See how it says upgrading? You have to spend money to upgrade the bases that are already there with improved tech. Alright, I'm assuming you finished your... Yep, we finished your factories, so... Grow the pop that's missing. I'll get you maxed out. Alright. You shouldn't need many... You only need 2 more factories, so... We should be able to do that pretty easily. That should do the 2 remaining factories. Earth apparently maxed out its factories. Good. And then we'll grow the 12 pop it needs. Did you max out factories? Yes, you did. And I'm assuming it's the same thing here. Pants and Klendathu are like mirror images of each other. They're so similar. They're both barren planets that have the same base size, and they're right next to each other. Yeah, and then you can just do research. Cool. Yeah, our tech beakers percentage should be like really nice once these planets are done the terraforming. All right. Another colony ship. Well, if they miss the missiles, we might be able to keep them all. Okay, well, they didn't. Again, I'm okay. I don't want the Meklar setting up shop down there, so I am totally fine to have the Sakura claiming those routes. I'd rather have them for myself, but it is always a possibility. We could always try to claim them later on, because I doubt they're going to be very strongly held. All right, one quick trip through the planets one more time to make sure that they're all finished. All right, so Lima, this will max you out. And then everything will be pretty much, yeah. You can go back to building bases. You're fine for the moment. Point Nemo. Oh, Point Nemo does not have a base. We should do at least, you should always do 1. Even though it's way in the back lines. The main reason why you want 1 is if you have to do planetary shield upgrades, you'll build the shield first. And let's say you just need 1 base to keep the planet safe. If you're stuck doing shield upgrades first, then you can't build the base. Yeah. All right, so we'll just get that real quick. And do we have all right, we have an older report on these guys. So they have robotics 4 already. Of course, they're the Meklar. Of course, they're going to have scary computer tech. But look, now our pop has accelerated out in front of the others. And the humans now apparently are going to be our council opponent, which I don't like, because the humans are always liked diplomatically by everyone. All right, Point Nemo. Yeah, let's get you just 1 base. And all right, you're done. You're done. Let me just make sure nobody else is doing something wacky. We're not getting attacked anywhere, are we? Nope. I just checked. AI seems very content to leave us be for the moment, which I am content to leave them be for the moment. And yeah, so now our total research is, like, remember before we were researching at, it was like 1,500, and now we're going to be, well, we'll do 1 more turn, and because we have that planet in the background, is still building a missile base. Yeah, like nothing happening is good for us right now. All right, so yeah, so now we get 2,600 RP per turn. That's pretty nice. You can see we've already got the force field bubble like halfway full, and Improve Robotics is like halfway done too. We can definitely trade that for something good if we want to. Because people will want that. Now, whether we want to give it out or not, I'm less confident, but people will want that for sure. But yeah, we're just kind of chilling here. Like, it's just kind of a calm stream. As we like, maybe not as exciting, but it's more relaxing for me to play. All right, we got an updated report on these guys. They also the class 5 planetary shield. They also have very good computer tech, as the Mechlars usually do. Their construction tech is pretty bad, though. And weapon-wise, their weapons are pretty awful, too. Like, if we had a planetary shield, they would not be able to damage us at all. Since we do not have a planetary shield, we're not as safe as we could be. We're actually not that safe, even against their poor weapons. Let's see if they'd be willing to trade anything. Not really. All the stuff they have is really outdated. So, no. Not willing to give us... We don't have anything they really want. They'll give us, like, old stuff, but we don't have anything they actually want. Anyway, we still have good relations with just about everybody. Like, we could try to up our... I will go back and sign more non-aggression pacts if I can get this last planet settled. The toxic one. I don't want to sign more non-aggression pacts until I can get that settled. Because I don't like breaking the agreements. As I said, it's not good for your reputation diplomatically, but sometimes it can be worthwhile, and that was a case where it was. Still, it's kind of wild that there's just like nothing going on here. We have 4 turns until the council vote. Again, humans will be our opponent. Humans have a lot of allies there, which is not what I want. I think I will... I don't think I lose unless everyone votes against me, and I don't think that's going to happen because no one's at war with me. Still a little bit concerned because it looks like they're going to pull votes from everyone except the Sakra, so I'm a little bit concerned about humans just cheesing a win here. All right, we're up to 50. We're just hit 50 bases at Anthill, so I'll pause here for the moment. And yeah, we're just chilling. Fusion beam. Nice weapon. Let's see what our options are to move forward. Okay. Stinger missiles does not move out the tree forward. We could do ion stream projector. I think we have enough specials though. I do like the Mega Bolt cannon. I think I'll just take that. Now hopefully we can get a missile upgrade soon. Because the Mercs are not bad. Yeah, Scatter Pack V is available at the next tier. We also need to get a bomb. We've had no bombs in our tree yet, which is unfortunate. We've actually missed Fusion Bomb, Antimatter Bomb, and Omega V Bomb are all missing at the moment. But I do like that Mega Bolt cannon, so I think I'll probably just go for that. It's one of my favorite guns. There is no heavy Mega Bolt, for better or for worse. Could also do the only options to move forward are Ion Stream or Mega Bolt. And the Ion Stream is, like I said, it's not terrible, but I feel like we have a lot of specials already. There's a limit to how many specials you can put on your ships. Well, this is rather nice. I will certainly take that. Then a somewhat awkward spot, being way back here, but Point Nemo becoming a rich planet is certainly not bad. It's a little planet, and it's way in the back lines, but cool. If nothing else, I can easily feed the reserve from there. Look at our trade income. I'm a little hesitant to upgrade my trade income because I'm not sure how much longer this piece is going to last, but it is rather nice right now. All right, our robotics is in the percentage. Improved robotics is in. We're up to 3,000 research per turn. Wow. The only real fear... All right, they lost one of their alliances, the humans did. If they only have 2 alliances, we should be fine. We have a council vote in 2 turns. It's definitely going to be the humans as my electoral opponent. We could feed the reserve, but like there's not... I don't really see much need to feed it right... I guess, you know what? I probably should feed it a little bit right now just to get up to like 2,000, but I don't have like an artifacts planet to swap reserve spending over to. It's not in a great spot for shipbuilding, unfortunately, so it is more likely to be a place that just feeds the reserve. Anyway, so we have a council vote coming up. Yeah. We did get a spying report with the Bears. They have they got class 10 planetary. That's interesting. Probably not going to look to invade them. They've actually been pretty good neighbors so far. Oh, and we wanted to see... They're back to 3 alliances again. Merchants, Borathi, Sakra. The Sakra, I don't think have that much pop, but it's hard to say. So here's the thing: Warp Dissipator is good trade bait, but Warp Dissipator is absolutely deadly for our variant. We do not want the AI putting the Warp Dissipator on their ships, because our ships will never be able to move faster than 1 tile per turn in combat. So I do not want to give that to the AI. Now here's the problem: the AI right now, I don't know if I can survive. The humans will definitely pull all the votes from their alliance partners, so they will pull Mershon, Borathi, and Sakra votes. So everyone other than, who do they not get the vote from? The Meklar. They won't get the Meklar vote here, but the Meklar have very low population. I don't think I have a 1/3 veto block here. I'm worried that they have enough. The Meklar are not going to vote for the humans. I'm pretty confident of that. If they do, the game is over for sure. The question is, do the other 4 races have enough to get to 2/3? I don't think they do. I don't think they do. Because, like, I could probably get the humans to declare war on somebody here. I don't know if I can afford to chance it, though. Like, I can probably get the humans to declare war on the kitties. I feel like... Let's go ahead and save it here. I think that I am safe here, but I don't like to take chances. So let's do this. Let's see if we can get these guys to turn on each other. It's one of the flaws of the AI programming. They are way too willing to declare war on other races. Sure. I can't afford to take the risk of losing the game. I know I gave them Mercs, but that's okay. Mercs are not like such a deadly missile that you can't get past them later on in the game. So we gave them Mercs. That was a big upgrade for their missiles, but now they're at war with Kitty, and now we don't lose the game. I have to make sure I don't lose the game. I cannot afford to just outright lose the game here. And the cats are pretty pathetic, and now we'll have... now we have these guys tied up in warfare. Merchants in white, the humans in purple. So now they'll just be at each other's throats for a while. So that'll make sure that we do not... Again, I try not to do the we tend to call this spectator wars at Realms Beyond. I try not to do it because it's pretty cheesy to do it. It's a little too easy to get the AI to just declare war on each other. But I don't want to lose the game here in the council vote. They had 3 alliances. I don't want to lose the game here, so... We got to make sure we're safe. We got to make sure we're safe. I think we would have survived, but it's not worth taking the risk. And the way the AI votes is somewhat random. There is like a 10% chance that they'll just vote for someone. If the Meklar had just decided to vote for the humans on like a 10% dice roll, I would have lost the game there. I just can't take that chance. So anyway. Oh, interesting. Wait, what the? It's the Sakra that are... Okay. It's actually the Sakra that are my council opponent. What the heck? Well, anyway, we apparently drew the vote from Kitty. Interesting. All right, so this is fine. I'm surprised. The Sakra we're not even in contact with. They have 8 votes? Wow, okay. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Well, we have to abstain, because if I cast my 9 votes at a 27 out of 36, it's definitely more than 2/3. That's 3/4. In terms of my votes, I'm at 25%, so I'm definitely not at a veto block yet, so we have to abstain. Yeah, they would definitely win. I like to... So this is very odd that like there's a rate. So I guess the Sakra have... I thought the Sakra were kind of weak, but I guess they're not. They must have these 3, and then these planets down here. And then those 2. It could also... They might also just have a lot of terraforming tech, because they are the Sakra. They tend to be pretty good at that. All right. So what kind of crazy wars did I stir up? So they're allied. Yeah, they're allied, and then they're at war with them. Okay, the Mercians, as expected, I put the Mercians into war with everybody else. So at this point, I don't really mind giving the Mercians better tech, because they're kind of dead cat walking at this point. Considering that now they're at war with everybody. I'll get the BC3 tech from them, and as soon as I can get an updated spying point, I'll get BC3 from them. All right, good news is we're about to get improved robotics. We're about to pop. We're close to controlled radiated, and we're gonna get well, repulsor beam we don't care about, but maybe there's a planetary shield tech beyond that. Yeah, they're very good at planetology. All right. This is the copyright protection that doesn't matter. And just making sure we're not getting attacked each turn. And yeah, we just have everybody doing research, I think. Is there any plant that's not doing research? Just out of curiosity, do I have someone on like base building? Oh, I had feeding the reserve. That's right. Yeah, we'll keep feeding the reserve for right now. Did we get a spying report with humans yet? No, not yet. Oh, hello, where's that ship going? Not coming for us, I'm assuming. It's just going to Paulus, right? Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to dial down the computer spending. We're high enough that I don't think we need to tick this up any higher. Let's put this in construction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ticks. We already have good odds to discover improved robotics. We don't need to keep ticking that up. We're already at like close to 50-50 odds every turn, so that's good enough. All right, are we getting attacked anywhere? Nope. Did we get a spying report with the humans? We did. They got biotoxin antidote. Good. Research the biotoxin antidote. Apparently they lost all their alliances too. Somehow. And apparently there's some combat going on over here between these guys. But it sounds like William might be arriving, in which case I'm going to have to turn off the stream. Unfortunately, I told you guys are probably going to have to turn off. All right, class 10 planetary. Yes, let's go. That's what we needed. Personal absorption shield would be nice, but we already have the deflector shield, so it's not that urgent. That's what we need. As soon as we have this, we're pretty safe from the AI, and then we can look to be a bit more aggressive. Notice we didn't get the factories yet, though, so that's a thing. And then we're about to pop planetology, too. Good stuff. Wait, what? Oh, we were scouting. All right, well, we found Sisla. Wait, no, this is not Sisla. This is a different planet. Okay, they do have a lot of planetology tech on their worlds. They do have a lot of planetology tech. I thought that was Sisla, but apparently not. Well, and this is obviously Sisla, so we don't need to scout that out. We already know. All right, are we going to pop this tech or what? I have a lot of key stuff in the percentages. Did we get a scout with the spying report on these guys yet? They're at war with everybody. All right, there we go. Robotics 4. And reduce waste 40%. Nice. And controlled radiated on the same turn. Wow. All on the same turn. Okay. We're going to need an improved battle computer, so we'll take that. We have no choice to advance the tree. And atmospheric terraforming sounds perfect. Good stuff. All right. It looks like William's here, so I'm going to have to help with him. He's not feeling great, so we'll just have to pick this up next week. Apologies for the abbreviated session, but because I'm having fun here too, but I gotta help take care of the kid. So yeah. All right, folks, we'll take care of this next time. I hope you guys are having a great week. And again, sorry it was a short video for today, but we'll be back next week with more. Have a good one, folks. Bye.